Good morning, day 12 I think. We are just leaving a place called Torres Del Rio, which is full of hills, so I'm trying to get up one at the moment. We're going to Logroño, which is our next kind of major city, I think. 150,000 people live there, so it's pretty big. And before that we've got 10k of steep climbs and descents, so good luck to my knees. I'll see you later. Buen camino. Before I make too much of a mess in the room, I'll just show you. This is our room for 2 nights in Logroño, right next to the cathedral, with a balcony looking over one of the main streets with all the bars in, which I'm going to go and visit. Hey everyone, end of day 12. We made it to Logroño today, which is the kind of end of the second stage of the Camino, so that means we have a rest day. So we're here for 2 nights. It's a really interesting town. It's like really busy. There's just hundreds of hen parties and stag parties here. So I think that everyone from this bit of Spain comes here for party weekends. I think it's like the equivalent of York at home. You know, it's got history, it's got a river, it's got loads of restaurants. There's this street here that I was so excited to come and see, which has a kind of wonky path down it that you can follow, and basically it takes you from Pinchos Bar to Pinchos Bar. We had a look at it tonight, but honestly, after 4 days of relative silence, apart from birds and crickets and things, on the way, on the Camino, to come to something where everybody's out just getting hammered, was just a bit too much. We just weren't up for it at all. We did go to one place, but it was just all those people and all that noise. It's funny because, Chris and I were discussing if we went down Soho and it was a night like that, we'd be like, this is amazing. But somehow just the peace and quiet of being on the Camino just, it's just such a contrast, really, and enjoying the peace and quiet. Every afternoon, usually for the last 4 or 5 miles of the day, we all put our headphones on, and I will either listen to an audiobook or listen to music. But actually today, Chris and my dad put the headphones on, and I just have another couple of miles worth of listening to the sound of nature, really. I'm being quite happy about just not having to be distracted by a book or music, just being present. Not that I don't enjoy the music, and I definitely do have it for the last 5k. When we get to just a park run to go, the last 5k, then I definitely put music on to try and get me to the end, because it's tough, that last stint, whether you've done 10 miles or you've done 18 miles or 19 like we did yesterday. That last 3 miles is just a killer. You just want it to be over. Yeah, music helps then. It's also the last day of Chris walking. I think, a bit like me, he hadn't done much preparation or much thinking about it before he came. And I'm going to ask him tomorrow some questions for the video about how he's found it. But I do know he's massively enjoyed it, and I'm sure he will come back and do some other stages, if not the whole thing. He's super interested in us keeping notes of where we go, what we like, and what to be aware of. And it is just such a break from the norm. All you've got to think about is putting one foot in front of another. Doesn't have to be any pressure, especially if you've organised where you're going to stay that night. And it's something I need to keep reminding myself of, because the next stint of the Camino is 6 days instead of the 4 that we've done twice. And the first day of it is 18 miles. And it's forecast to be up to 26 degrees in the shade. And my experience the last few days is walking across farmland where they're farming grapes, vineyards, or olives or figs. There isn't a lot of cover on the path, so yeah, it's something that I just need to remember. You just got to put one foot in front of the other. That's all you've got to do. No particular need to rush. There's no race or anything. Yeah, so I'll try and keep that in mind. So tomorrow is a rest day here in Logroño. I may go to Mass in the cathedral, which is literally outside my window. I think you've probably seen a little video already that I did showing you the view from the balcony of my room. And then I think we'll go to a museum. There's a museum here, have a bit of lunch, and yeah, maybe try the Pinchos Alley again tomorrow night, on the basis that most of the hen parties and stag do should have gone home tomorrow. So that's that. I did want to just kind of say that the time on the Camino that we're having, it's such a precious gift, and I'm super grateful for everybody that's making that possible. Obviously my dad for organising it and deciding to come, but also Mark for managing with the kids, to the kids for managing with Mark, and everybody at work. You know, the people at home might not understand what it is. It's very difficult to explain, but it's such a wonderful experience. So yeah, I've been reflecting on how grateful I am, and particularly today, I have to say that I was grateful to a lady from Australia who stopped and talked to me. We were walking up our second or third hill this morning, and I really felt that the back of my right ankle was starting to get tender. So I stopped to put Vaseline on it to try and protect it a little bit. But when I did that, I realised that the lining in my shoe had undone, had got a hole in it. And the last time that happened to me, I got a really quite bad blister. So yeah, I was like, oh God, what am I going to do? When am I going to get new shoes? How am I going to stop this happening? And a lady just stopped and, well, actually she went away, carried on her way, and she actually turned round to come back to me to talk to me about tying my shoes in a different way so that my foot wouldn't move in the shoes quite so much and therefore cause the friction, and also to give me some magic tape. I've never heard of this stuff before. You know, I've been a runner for, goodness me, 15, 16 years. And happily, I don't really suffer with blisters running, but this tape that she gave me, which is apparently used to secure bandages, is just amazing stuff. It's kind of shiny on one side, sticky on one side, and then shiny on the other side. And that just creates that barrier between your foot and your sock. And so, yeah, I managed to walk on with no problem. I'm going to see if I can get away with not changing my shoes. She also showed me how to, as I say, to lock my shoelaces in place in a way that allows my wide feet to kind of have the width that they need, but also to keep my foot securely in the shoe. So I'm super, super grateful. I didn't get her name, but I just reflected. There is a saying here, like the way will provide. Whatever you need, I'll come to you when you need it on the Camino. And today I needed that lady to stop or to turn around and come and help me. So I'm super grateful for that. I'll probably give you a foot update later in the week. Anyway, that's it from me tonight. I haven't done a nighttime video for a little while, so it's a long one. But I hope you're enjoying them. If there's anything you want to know, please pop it in the comments, and I'll try and pick it up on another video. Buen camino.